Hi everyone! In this video series, we're going to take a look back at the languages that have been spoken throughout the history of what we now call mainland France, and how they've evolved over time. I'll mostly focus on languages that were spoken and passed down over several generations. That means I'll generally leave out languages brought over by diasporas or occupying powers that didn't leave a lasting mark, though there might be a few exceptions. This series will be broken into several parts, and in this first video, we're starting with the period before the Roman Empire. To cover the whole territory of modern-day France, we'll begin with some of the earliest known languages: Aquitanian, Gaulish, Ancient Belgian, and Ligurian. Most of these languages are very poorly documented. What little we do know mostly comes from Greek and Roman sources. The Greeks had colonies along the southern coast, and the Romans, who started off as neighbors, eventually took over the entire region. We'll start with Aquitanian and Basque. Back in antiquity, Aquitanian was spoken in parts of what's now southwestern France. Even though Aquitanian speakers didn't leave any written texts, the Romans recorded names of people and places that give us clues about the language. There's general agreement that Aquitanian is closely related to Basque, which is still spoken today in areas of France and Spain. The debate is whether Aquitanian is the direct ancestor of Basque or just a closely related language from the same family. Basque being still alive today is pretty remarkable because most languages in Europe are Indo-European or Uralic, but Basque doesn't belong to either group. It's actually considered a language isolate, meaning it doesn't have any known linguistic siblings. So far, no other language in the world can be definitively linked to a common ancestor with Basque. The earliest possible piece of written Basque might be the Hand of Irulegi, an ornament from the 1st century BCE. It has a 5-word inscription, and one of the words might be related to a Basque word for good luck. But the 4 other words, it's still a mystery. Unlike many neighboring languages, Basque survived the replacement by Latin language, likely thanks to the geographical isolation of the Basque country and Rome's general disinterest in the area. Number 2. Gaulish. Gaulish was a continental Celtic language that's now extinct, unlike the insular Celtic languages. We know about Gaulish mainly from personal names written down by Greek settlers near modern-day Juan-les-Pins. Most of what we know about the Gauls comes from Greek and Roman sources. The Gauls themselves didn't write much. In fact, writing was mostly reserved for Druids, the priest class. The earliest Gaulish inscriptions date back to the 2nd century BCE. Most were found in southern France and the Alps, written in Greek script in the south and in an alphabet similar to Etruscan in the Alps. After Caesar's conquest of Gaul in 50 BCE, the entire region came under Roman rule. Latin quickly became the language of the elite, but Gaulish continued to be widely spoken by everyday people for quite a while. Number 3. Ancient Belgian. Belgian was spoken in the north of what's now France and into the Benelux region. Like Aquitanian, we mostly know it from place and personal names. Some researchers consider Belgian a dialect of Gaulish, a view supported by some ancient writers. Others think it was a separate language altogether, neither Celtic nor Germanic. Julius Caesar himself claimed their language wasn't Gaulish. Some of the recorded names seem to have Italic roots, similar to Latin, but whether Belgic was actually an Italic language, that's still up for debate. Number 4. Algerian. Number 4. Ligurian. Ligurian was spoken in antiquity by the Ligurians, who lived along the coast from southeastern France into northwestern Italy. We haven't found any direct written examples of Ligurian, but it's generally thought to have been an Indo-European language with strong Celtic influences, that's based mostly on names recorded by Greek and Roman authors. There are tons of theories linking the Ligurians to other ancient peoples, but none of them have solid proof. One theory suggests that some Gaulish tribes, like the Welawi from today's Haute-Loire area, might have Ligurian roots. This is based on place names and cultural differences compared to neighboring tribes. By the 2nd century BCE, the Ligurian territories had been taken over by Rome, and Latin quickly became the norm. To be continued. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, feel free to like, subscribe and share. It really helps me and gives me motivation to work on the next one faster. See ya!